Good morning. It's a Tuesday morning, and I've been on the phone all morning with my tribe. I did my devotional with Cheryl this morning, which we do every day at 7:30 with the Book of Awakening. And then sometimes it goes a little longer. Today it did because today I'm having a stent replacement. So when they originally put the stent in October, the plan was to have a surgery shortly thereafter. Plans change, right? So once they found out that it was inoperable, and then I went down a different path with chemo. Now I'm stuck with a stent that's really not supposed to be in there for longer than 2 or 3 months. It's been in there for 4 months. So now it's time to do that switch. Am I a little nervous? A little bit. Every time you go under anesthesia, I think, people get nervous or there's anxiety or whatever. So we have that today. And of course, they didn't have anything in the morning, so I have to wait till 3:45 for the procedure. But I'm going in at 1:45. So I'll just say, just give me some anti-anxiety drugs and just drug me up until the surgery. That's how I would prefer to have it. And then I wake up and then I'm fine. I do remember being in pain after the first stent placement, but I think that was also because I was in such pain to begin with the bile duct, and just it had been through hell for those first 3 months when I was trying to figure out what in the world was wrong with me. So I'm hoping that I don't have a lot of pain after this because my daughters made it to the playoffs and they have their first playoff game tomorrow against Riverview. So I really want to go to that. And I did have a CT scan scheduled for tomorrow, but there was a mix up in the schedule. So now I don't have that. I just have blood work in the morning to prepare for that CT scan. And then later on in the week, I have Moffitt, which I've talked about before. So now I'm about to get dressed and I can't eat anything. I had a juice earlier. So with the stent replacement, I think the stent is maybe this big, and it's like a flexible plasticky piece that's similar, I believe, to what they would put in your heart. It's like acts like a valve. So if they put it in my pancreas, it helps to digest food by opening and closing. I believe I'm speaking about this correctly. So I can digest food properly, and then it can go down through my digestive tract properly. And this stent, I don't know how long it will last. I'll find out that today. But he knows that I'm going to Mexico, so he knows that it needs to last quite a long time, if not permanently. But I don't think they make stents that are permanent. So if I have to change it out every year or twice a year or every 5 years, not quite sure. So that's what's up for today. And today is day 104. So we're back on track with the numbers. I feel great, other than the little bit of anxiety because of this. I've gained weight. I'm 137 now. I went to acupuncture yesterday and weighed myself, so that's all good. And I just feel like I'm just on my path. I'm on my path. Getting all ready for Mexico on February 14th. I'm filling out some paperwork now, getting copies of my passport. There are surveys that I need to fill out. There's some paperwork that I need to agree upon that's the treatment plan. So it's not just like, hey, I'm going to Mexico. I actually have had a few comments on Facebook saying, have fun. Like, really? That's what you say, is have fun? Like, people say the weirdest things. Like, I'm not going to Mexico to have fun. I'm going to Mexico to survive. Like, this is not going to say my last resort, but this is the second resort because traditional chemotherapy I'm allergic to, at least that line of chemo that we did, which makes me a little bit scared to do any other type of chemo. And the fact that I felt so bad that it was mortifying that I could even be in that state, because my brain doesn't go there. I don't have suicidal thoughts. I don't have terrible thoughts or depression. I mean, yes, I've been depressed before. I had postpartum depression. I kind of know what it feels like, but this was nothing like that. This was way worse than the postpartum depression. This was a place that I never, ever want to be again. And that was when I was so sick with the chemotherapy. So I know that that's not for me. And I'm going to be interested to find out to see if what Moffitt has to say about that, because I have my treatment plan and I'm going to show them this is what I did. What would you do differently? So that's going to be an interesting visit all in itself, because I'm sure that people that go to Moffitt typically don't go for a second opinion. They go to Moffitt first because it's one of the best out there, from what I hear, from what we hear. And I'm sure they're not used to doing second opinions, but I'll keep you posted on that. But I wanted to update everybody on the stent replacement. It's going to go great. I'll probably be done about 5 or 5:30 today. And then I'm going to try and update my videos a little bit more often. I think every day is a little monotonous because I don't have a whole lot to say every day. So maybe we'll make it every other day. But again, the videos are for me, for tracking my progress. You know, when we're on day 200 or 300 or whatever day it is, I want to be able to look back and go, you know what, I was eating right. This is what I was doing. You know, things like that. And everybody and their brother has something to say about, well, I know someone that had cancer and have you heard of this? And I know they're just saying it to help, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. Me hearing stories about other people's journey with cancer is none of my business. So when you're talking to someone with cancer, keep that in mind.